Right. All right, all right. We're having a very interesting day today. I'm not sure if it's the clouds or what, but we're gonna make this work. I got one more adjustment to make here. Track me. All right, there we go. And let me get this digital zoom done. Right, there we go. All right, everybody. Well, welcome, welcome. I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm a little bit upset about that, only because I like to make sure the visuals come out looking good, looking great. I'll be sure to work out the kinks. Thank you to everyone who joined online, those who are still coming in, those in person. I have much gratitude for you. It's going to be a really interesting day today because I've learned a lot and I have things to bring to you. Right, I've got great information for you that I want you to have, that you should have, that will absolutely benefit you as we move forward. So, for everybody joining, thank you. Real quick, if you have not just yet had the chance to get fully registered, and let me make sure we're recording because Zoom is a little funky sometimes. Okay, yeah, we're recording on Zoom, and we are live on YouTube as well. So feel free to share this link at New Venture Hub on YouTube, at New Venture Hub on Instagram, and at NVHUB Ignite. Hey, how you doing there? Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, have a seat, get comfortable. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Hey, just real, do you have a laptop or computer? Okay. Well, well, here's what we'll do. Okay, as long as you follow along, you're gonna be good. You'll have the replay available to you within 48 hours. Just make sure you follow back up with the notes you take from today. She'll hand you two handouts here shortly. Okay, so have a seat, get comfortable, and again, thank you everybody. So, usually I kind of transition into the news, and I have it all up because it's for some reason it's the only screen that I have, only scene that's working today. So I don't know what that's about, but we'll get that done for next week. I promise we'll work out that kink. Otherwise, I'm still here to bring you some good chunky knowledge, some great insights, and some fun information. So I hope you're ready for that. Also, if you're joining us online, hey, what's up, Gloria? What's up, Jonathan? Good to see you back. Peace, peace. I got some new names, some new faces. I love it. I love it. What's up, Maria? What's up, Kelly's? If I mispronounce your name, please forgive me ahead of time. What's up, Josh? Good to have you back here. Willie, thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Oh, by the way, I just want you all to know it is okay to chat. Okay, it's okay to chat. Your interaction is wanted. It is needed. It feeds me. It fuels me, and I appreciate it. Okay, so I should say I'm grateful for it. So with that being said, again, if you are online, prepare yourself. You should have received an email from me with two links. One for La Plataforma.ai, the other for what was the other one that I sent out? Jeez Louise. So what happens when you're the instructor here. Um, I sent out two links. Oh, Madness. Madness AI. That's what I sent out. Manus AI, and I sent out the link for La Plataforma. Please, in the meanwhile, if you do choose to participate, I hope you got that set up. It's really quick and easy. We're going to be using them pretty heavily today. If can you get this TV to the YouTube, or actually here? You know what? Let me. Sorry, y'all. I put myself in a position where I have to make sure I can multitask efficiently. So let me do that in the process of doing this program. All right, we'll get the program set over here and doing it nice and big for you to see. For those of y'all in person, there we go. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right, now what we're going to do here is again get started with the news. So welcome, NVHUB Cohort 3. This is your pathway for your AI genie. And we'll get into those details here momentarily. But for now, let's look at the news with AI. There's a lot going on. There's so much going on. In fact, I don't know if we can keep up. Psych, we will be. That's why you have me here. All right. So AI spending is testing Wall Street. Big tech rush to build AI infrastructure is driving a wave of debt. I think we mentioned this at the end of cohort 2. But this is putting investors' patience to test. As AI gets more expensive, the market is asking a simple question: will the returns keep up with the spending? The key takeaway today is AI is now a capital story, not just a tech story. And so keep that in mind as you think about your place in this future world of tech, right? Because it costs money to build AI. I actually had a business model where we're going to build machines so you can have AI natively on at home at your businesses. And you know what? It's a great business model, but to the point of the data we have available, the capital is just significantly high to get into the market. So, what does that mean? It means you have to make a pivot. I won't tell you what my secret sauce pivot was, but I will tell you the pivot is amazing. Okay, so never let information keep you stuck, and let information help you move better. All right, and we'll show you all about that as we get here deeping and diving into this data, to the audience, information, analytics, etc. Moving right along into our AI news, AI energy. AI is becoming a big energy story. The AI data centers are helping drive record electricity demands. And AI expands energy, cooling, grid planning, and utility infrastructure as becoming a part of the AI conversation. Remember, AI is now a civic priority. There has been billions and billions of dollars budgeted for the infrastructure for AI. So what does that mean? It means it ain't going nowhere. It means they've said, hey, this thing here, you should get used to it. Because why? We just put technically your money into the infrastructure, right? Are you here? You in American soil? Well, guess what? A couple dollars every holler is going to AI. Okay, just like water, just like power, just like uh, the rest of our streets, roads, and our total infrastructure. Ultimately, AI is not going anywhere. The key takeaway here is AI query. The query connects back to real world power. Every single one. Every time you mess up on AI, you're using energy. Every single time. So if you're not going to be a part of the problem, you have to learn how to use AI. All right, let's keep it going down our news feed. NVIDIA moves deeper into infrastructure. AI infrastructure is a big topic. NVIDIA is moving beyond chips and into the physical backbone of AI. Its investment in the data center site development shows that AI growth is now also a real estate construction and infrastructure story too. So what does that mean? It means if you're in the world of construction, well, there's an opportunity for you. That's what does that mean if you for you folks in the drone training? Well, guess what happens? Those buildings got to get cleaned. They got to have windows. They got to have people somewhere in there. They got to have the brick washed. They got to have the parking lots cleaned, right? So there's a whole nother myriad of opportunities to use AI for the infrastructure of AI. That's why you're here. We're going to open up and expand into all the various ways that we can capitalize on what's happening with artificial intelligence. And we got to put you first, the people first. The human will always be in the loop. Human in the loop is mandatory. Moving right along, speaking of humans, AI privacy and AI policing enters a new phase. The new AI new law enforcement AI tool is raising a major question about surveillance, privacy, and predicting policy, along with policing. The technology may be powerful, but so are the civil rights concerns. The key takeaway here is the powerful AI tool also demands strong guardrails and stronger ones yet to come. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that we have to be more acute to the fine reading. We have to pay more attention to the documentation that we are accepting agreements for as we use AI. Okay. For example, if you use Claude, Claude records every single one of your prompts. And guess where it goes? Straight to the federales. So we're all being tracked. You're no different than your cell phone. Every single cell phone in the world has a program that's trained to find the bare skin. So that means that AI that they've designed, that technology, that software is in your phone is looking for naked pictures, right? Yeah, it's true. She said, that's crazy. It's true. It's true. And so your privacy is not necessarily what you might think, right? I know folks are concerned about flock cameras, and there might be a slide about that coming up. Moving on in news, AI safety as rogue AI shocks the industry. The reported AI agent security incident has renewed concerns about model behavior, permissions, and control. As AI systems do more, safety and oversight matter even more. The key takeaway here is that the future of AI is not just what it says, but what it can do. And we're going to see what AI can do today. But it's very interesting because remember, the human is always in the loop. AI isn't sitting around creating ideas to hurt people. No, people are using AI to create ideas and pathways to hurt people. Okay, so be careful. Okay, as much as AI can secure a cloud, another AI can unsecure that cloud. All right, so we're getting into a space where your prompts are going to be the difference maker. Imagine transforming the word AI into wood. You need AI. You need wood. You need wood to build a house. Well, today you can use AI to build a business. Okay? So it's interchangeable. We just have to think about this a little bit differently. Our mindset must shift, and not for fear, but for opportunity, where fear typically won't exist. Let's move right along into our AI news, AI culture. AI drops are the new album release. Anybody else waiting on an AI to drop besides my nerd self? Okay. Well, maybe it's just me, and that's okay. That's okay. But I'm proud of my nerdy self waiting for these new AIs to drop because the new releases put me ahead so I can come to you and catch you up too. Okay? The new model launches are starting to feel more like pop culture events, rumors, leaks, countdowns. And fan speculations show that AI is becoming part of culture, not just business. The key takeaway here is that AI is now a technological story and culture story altogether. Because now people as young as 10, 12 years old are using AI to make their own money. Could you imagine your kid is going home every day after school and make her own money, leveraging the power and tools of AI to create social media content, stories, topics, ideas, market research, audience analytics, built website development, all because that person decided to speak into the mic. Is this thing on? Is it on? Test, test. Are y'all awake? Because you should be signing up. You might be thinking, well, where do we sign up? Well, check this out. If you want to get ahead, you have to go to where it's being built. You might be thinking, well, what is that? How can I get there? How do I go to where AI is being built? Well, we have to change our mindset, shift our language, and we'll find answers that we never knew were there. So let me give you a shift in idea, grounded in vocabulary. Instead of building AI, we're developing AI because AI was already built, which means we have the tools and the skills and the creativity to develop whatever we want. Imagine going to a real sandbox. We actually call these things sandboxes. When you go to a sandbox, what do you bring with you when you go to the beach and you play in the sandbox? You bring all those toys, right? You bring the shovels, the scoops, the trucks, the buckets with the different shapes and the different designs. And what do? You fill them with sand and you start building. You start developing what was already there. And that is what really we're all doing. We're using AI to develop our own self, our own business, our own ideas, etc. So, with that being said, Google, Meta developer, Google developer, NVIDIA developer, uh, Open AI developer, um, Google anything, even Instagram has learning. Every single app that we use for either fun or AI has a learning center. So don't be afraid, don't be shy. Bring me something, teach me something. We're all here together, right? So let's act like it. All right. Moving on in AI news, AI drop. Um, Hostinger, this is an AI drop right here. Hostinger, this is an AI drop alert. AI drop alert. AI drop alert. I gave you a link today. I gave you a link in the past. Today we're going to use a two free tools to get you started. But I do have a link for this for those who are serious. Just please inquire directly. Okay, save you about 20% on your first year. Sounds good to me. But with these tools, you can actually build websites by talking to an AI. Hostinger launches an agentic AI builder. Hostinger's new AI builder is designed to go beyond a simple homepage. It points toward a future where AI helps users build and manage larger parts of a real business workflow. The key takeaway here is website builders are shifting from pages to business systems. In fact, that is absolutely true. Because when you want someone to come to your website, you also don't want them to leave. You want them to capture what they came for and stay for more they didn't know they needed. Moving on in AI news, another AI drop, Cloudflare turns internet data into a chat experience. Cloudflare's radar researcher lets users ask plain language questions about internet trends and get charts in return. It's a strong example of AI making data exploration more accessible. The key takeaway here is AI is lowering the barrier to data analysis. And we'll see that throughout the day. We'll see that throughout all the rest of this cohort. And if you missed it, cohort 2, we got right into it as well. So review cohort 2 if you're into data, because data also translates to dollars. Rounding out today's AI news, Google also has a new AI drop. Google pushes AI into search, robots, and creative tools. Google's latest Gemini update points to a bigger strategy: AI moving out of a single chat window into search, creative tools, robotics, and everyday workflows. What does that mean? Well, our key takeaway is this: AI is expanding from one tool into an ecosystem. Now, ahead of the game, you are, because you are here. But remember this: the game will change, because the more people that use AI, the more parameters will be put on it, the higher the cost will become. And guess what? You'll still be having people who say, I used AI and never created a customized prompt, which means what? All they did was buy wood off the shelf. They never painted it. They never stained it. Because this is really ultimately what AI is, right? Again, imagine going to the local, Lowe's, Home Depot. You go in there and you buy some wood. You got a plan, right? You don't just put wood in your house, do you? No. You have a plan. You paint it. You might treat it before you paint it if it's going outdoors, right? You might buy it treated. You might treat it after you install it. You might build a fence. But what do you do after? You want to be different. You look at all the neighbors' homes, you see the gutter colors, you see the house colors, you see the roof colors in comparison to yours. And this is the same thing now that you have to do with AI. So let's get right into it. Bear with me while we transition into our next phase here. And yeah, again, bear with me. I'm gonna have to I gotta make some news. I gotta make scenes on the fly. I didn't anticipate having to do that today. So here, 1 second, y'all. I may be able. Let me see if I can go to an old. Can I go old school? Let's see if I can pull up a retro. Oh, great. My thank you all for your patience. Real quick here, my computer just gave me a please wait symbol here, so I gotta wait just a moment. Oh no, it's always something. Okay, we're gonna get somewhere. Looks like we're getting somewhere. Bear with me. I'm praying this all works out, because if it does, we'll just stay here and make it work. We will make it work. All right. I think we're back. Okay. Hold tight while I get adjusted for us. And we're going to take what we're given. How it is when you're working with tech, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. All right. Okay. And there we go. All right. I'm going to put me down here. I think you all know my name, so I don't need to have a lower thirds. I'm not going to use that. Again, I'm not sure what's going on today, but it is a day, a tech day. All right. Let's go ahead and publish this. So check this out. Oh, I can put me on the desk. Okay, great. That's what I'll do. Okay. So check this out. Check this out, right? We've we've got a scenario where not only are we moving into week 3, but I want to make it easier. All right, I want to make it easier. I was reading the scenario. I had got a brain fart. I was reading through all of our feedback, and I'll send you the white paper. I encourage you to read it. Now, a couple of things. We're going to start with the handout right here as we get into today's flow. All right. Now, we're going to get into today's flow, and I just got to say thanks to Plataforma. Plataforma, we do have some of their team on the call with us today, because this is a real thing. How often do you get to sit in a room with OpenAI, the people who own ChatGPT? How often do you get to, be amongst those who are designing this stuff that we get to use? Well, that's the uniqueness about New Venture Hub, is that, again, we're not just talking about this stuff. We are living it. I am living what I am sharing with you. Okay. And people look at me crazy, and, I don't care. I don't care. It's okay if you don't understand it. You'll have to eventually. And by that time, it's going to cost you a lot more than it does today. Okay. Be very few free AI opportunities. As we jump into this, the Plataforma is leading in AI audience and data analytics. That's why we have to start here. If you have a business, if you have an idea, if you have something that you've been working on and you haven't been able to get it lifted off the ground, if you're talking to people and they're closing the door or they aren't calling you back, if you're walking around and you're looking like, well, I see all these other people with business happening, why is it not happening for me? I'm just going to tell you, you're talking to the wrong people. That's all. It's not you, at least to my knowledge. Okay, I can't vouch for you entirely. Okay, but I can say to you that most likely, if you're showing up and you're doing the work, it's not you. So let's plant the seed even deeper than we already have. I challenge you throughout this entire cohort. Part of the foundation is learning about your genie. You don't even know that you have a genie, do you? You don't even know. So get your wishes together, okay? And before we, real quick, how many people have seen a movie, cartoon, or something about a genie? At least, right? At least once or twice, right? Okay. Now, we all have learned something. At least me. There's this one. There was a Goosebumps episode back in the day that I watched, and these kids had all these wishes, right? And they kept wishing. They was messing up everything with their wishes, everything. And there's another one with the leprechaun. I don't know if y'all ever seen that crazy horror critter, but he gave people wishes too. But the key is, what I learned is, people don't know how to make wishes. Your wish needs to be exact, okay? Because you can say, okay, I wish for 7-bedroom house, and get a 7-bedroom house that's been abandoned for 12 years, roaches living in there longer than you. No, that's the wrong wish. So we have to wish with a strategy, wish with specifics. Make your wish just like designing your dream car. This ain't no Make-A-Wish Foundation either. This is make a wish for some outcomes. I don't care if you're trying to get more people in your church or your old lady knitting group, okay? You can if you know where to find them. So let's look at this document and work on it together. Okay, I told you in the emails, we're slowing down. I want you to overstand. I want you to be confident. I want you to be so strong with when you hear someone talk about AI, you say, oh, nope, you're using it wrong. Oh, I've used AI. No, you haven't. Because you still got the wood unpainted. Your house is still just untreated, unpainted wood. I don't see no color. All I see is oak and pine. That's all I see, right? So let's dig into this. AI works better when it knows what you're building and why you're building it. So these are goals. Start with goals, okay? Your project is the seed, okay? It may be a book, it may be a business, it may be a service, it could be an event, community idea, something creative. You know, people like me who love to eat, it could be a new fat kid recipe, okay? And we've made those before, cohort 1 and 2. We got the videos on NVHUB.net. Please go back and check them out, okay? Or it could just be something that you want to explore, something you want to know more about. You might have been sitting on an idea for a while now. I told you earlier, I'll even show you with humility. I got all the way through to the idea phase. I said, okay, what am I going to do? It's time to make a decision. I got to go left and do it, or I got to go right and say, you know what? This ain't the right time. And be humble enough to say, it's not the right time. It's okay. Because like I told you earlier, I realized that if I was going to go and build AI machines, it was going to take a tremendous amount of capital. Why? Because if you don't buy wholesale, then you have to buy retail. If you're buying retail, you're going to have to wait. If you wait and you buy it new, you're going to have to wait a long time. If you buy it used, you have to wait for the shipping, and then it might not work. So then you lost that shipping time, the turnaround time, the refund time. You got to start all over, especially if you're not working with a big budget. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Does that sound like a really strong environment to build a business in? No, not unless you already have the capital. So think about that when you're filling this out. And I want you to do this with me because most importantly, you're going to use it. We're going to use this right now, okay? We're going to use this. So start real simple. And this could be something that just on your mind. It doesn't have to be something totally serious. So just relax. So everybody who's all crunched up, like, yeah, I'm about to, just relax. Have fun. Grab your coffee. Get your tea. Okay? Let go a little bit. Let go. Relax. Okay? And in the chat, like I said, feel free. I'm gonna throw you up here in the, anything comes to mind as we're going through this. Please, I encourage you, I deplore you, help me out. So start with the 6 ingredients. This is get your seasonings together before you're in your mind, you're tasting. What am I gonna put together here, right? I want it crispy. Do I want it spicy? Do I want it a little savory with a mild or sweet? Or do I want it umami? I don't want a little bit of everything, right? So get your project. Let's start with your project and your interest, all right? So what are you building, creating, or organizing? What is it? Is it a school project if you're a teenager? Is it a extra income if you are out here trying to find another hustle? Is it expanding your home business if you're a cottage baker? Is it growing your food truck restaurant into a brick and mortar? What is it? Is it maybe just what color? I'm about to sell my house. What I want to sell my house and I want to know what the best color to paint my house that will make it sell easier. So you can find out what people are doing or what color they prefer their house, and then hey, I'm gonna just paint my house that color, right? You can get it down to the area, etc. All right. So what is your project? And let me do this here real quick because we're gonna do something side by side here. I'm gonna do it real time with you because I'm just that real. That's how you're gonna get the real deal messing with New Venture Hub and MALJR. All right. So, and for the record, this is how I would do this. For everybody who doesn't know, first time seeing me do this, grab your phone if you choose. I like to talk to text. You can do this too, absolutely. You can talk to text or just text in your notes, okay, if you're in person. So I go to my phone. I'm going to go to my cloud, my Google Drive right here. As you can see that I have it up. I'm going to go to my Google Drive. And the reason I'm doing this, I told you I'm a lazy grinder, because what I'm going to do here is create this new Word document. I'm going to put class demo cohort 3 day 1. All right, so that's what I'm going to put in here. And then when I go to my phone in my drive, I can go to my recents, and I got my class demo day 1 waiting on me. So I'm going to click it. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to hit the little edit button, the little pencil, and now I have the cursor ready for me to tell it what to do. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to go over here just like this, okay? And I'm going to start here. So hit the little microphone button. I'm going to talk to text. And as I talk to text, my project interest, I want to start a community farm. It's okay. And then I'm going to wait, press enter. Then for my audience, it should be the people who live near to me and in my community. Maybe my neighbors, could be schools or any local family-friendly organizations. That's all I'm doing. Now, you're only 2 sips into your tea now. Only 2 sips now. You already going far, real fast. Now watch this. I press enter again. The desired change that I have is for the community to have access to fresh fruits and maybe vegetables, herbs and seasonings and spices they can make at home. Plus, I want to be able to walk outside of my house to a garden being tended by the people who are in my network, my neighbors, and eat fresh as much and as often as possible for the rest of my life. Okay. For as much and as often as possible for the rest of my life. Okay. All right. So I put that in there. Then I go down here. I hope you're following along with me, and I'll go even slower if you need to. Hit me in the chat if I need to. Rigging knots. Thank you very much. So while people kind of get caught up where I am, I'm gonna just add this comment in here from Jonathan. Makes sense to me. Jonathan said he would like to know how to make rigging knots for safety rescue type of applications. You know, why not? Here, well, let's look at that next. We can take a look and see what AI says to us. Let's go ahead and just finish out this example here while I'm in front of you. Materials. Well, I'm not sure exactly what I'll need. I would like your help to help me identify the things I may need for materials because I'm not totally sure where to start. And that's okay. You can tell your AI, I'm not sure where to start. And for those of you who might think this is a hoax, here's the other screen going through one by one. And I am having the output from my talk to text appear right here on the screen with us. All right, back to my phone. Well, the voice should be yours, ideally, right? You want the voice to be yours. And in this case, I want people to feel good about this message. I want them to feel empowered about a garden coming into their community that they can farm from and eat fresh from. So that's the voice that I want to lead with. And also, I want to lead with how much they'll save if they participate in this community garden because they won't have to buy the groceries they're growing. And then boundaries. Set your boundaries. What boundaries do you want to have? In this case, I want to keep it community oriented. Here's my boundaries. I want to avoid any red tape, anything that will take a long time for me to overcome, paperwork, etc. I want the smoothest, cleanest way that I can set up a community garden. Cleanest way I can set up a community garden. Sometimes the talk to text may not hear you, and or depending on how long your text is, it could time out. Now, here's some examples before we move on. Look, I use community garden. Look at that. The audience, nearby families, volunteers, etc. Make it easier to join, contribute, and understand what is needed. Now, I want to help y'all here too. Prompting is just as easy as I just showed you. Super easy. You want it to be natural. Hey, I'm working on this project for this community garden. I want it to help me and the people who live next to me in my community. And the change I hope to create is sustainable so that it never goes away and that the community can have it for as long as they all choose to collaborate and collectively take care of it. And here's what I already have created. Here's what I already have done. Here are my notes. Perfect. You're just talking naturally. Imagine, again, your AI as a genie. If it helps for you to think about it as a person you have to pay, maybe that'll help you. Think about it as a consultant who will charge you $450 an hour. What you gonna tell that consultant to do? Just about everything you can try to figure out. Okay? Or at least you should. If I'm moving too fast, please let me know. Oh, I am. Moving too fast? Want me to slow down? Oh, okay. Have you wrote down anything? Just about the project and the seed, but you lost me. Where I lose you? Like when you said AI. Oh, well, I wasn't talking to AI. Here's the best part. I was just making notes on my phone. Okay, and here's how you do that. I'll go back. Yeah, I have no problem. I'll repeat. So what you do is you go on your phone and you're gonna go to Google Drive. Yeah. Or you can open up an email. Anything you can talk to text. Truly, I personally just prefer Google Drive. It's just easy for me to go back and find out what I left. I also, if I'm on the fly, little thing that I do is I also cheat a little bit, but what I do is I use my email. I pop up an email, talk to text. Boom, I'm done. I make the subjects relevant to the note. I'm done. I come back to it, I copy it, paste it, I use it. Mm-hmm. Do the email. So you do the email, and it'll still populate. So far, everything I've said is right here. Everything that I spoke has come out, talk to text, and now I'm a lazy hustler as I move forward, thanking AI to make my life a little bit easier. All right. So now, where are we? What do we do with this? What do we do? Okay. So I mentioned earlier there should always be a human in the loop. Okay. And before I do that, here's what I want you to try. Let's go ahead and, if you could please, just try it. Here is your project starter prompt. Okay. And oh, I'm sorry, we can't do this yet because we have to do the passport, which is next. But I'm getting you prepared ultimately for what is next, and we'll show you here shortly. And to reiterate, the AI takes your direction. The AI drafts what ultimately you decide. So, rule of thumb, never leave AI to go and do everything for you. It'll never work. At least not the way you think it should. And those of you who were here, cohort 1 and 2, we did some AI news feeds where the lawyer got called out by the judge for using laws that didn't even exist. so so let's be mindful so that when you put a bid out there, it doesn't come back to you in a bad way. All right. We wanted to we wanted to work for you in the best way. All right. So let's move forward. Are we good? We good? Where's the fuzziness?
I'm not techie, so
Okay.
when I went to my email to open up to compose the email, right?
Yep.
It said it wanted me to put in to where it was going to, of course.
No, you just hit the box. If you open up your email, hit the box where you want the message to go. If you're, and it'll go right there. So what we're gonna do? And
To the compose part.
Yep. So what we'll do? So go ahead and take advantage of that now. Use that now. So at least you have the notes. We'll give everybody just about 90 seconds to kind of curate their notes. You can see I did. It took me a lot longer because I was saying everything else I didn't need to say in between, if I was prompting on my own. But because I'm instructing and guiding, obviously it'll take a little bit longer. Anyone online have any questions? We're addressing the ones in class as well.
So if I'm in the compose part, so how do I make it talk to text?
Tap it. Tap the area where you want the message to be, and then you should have the keyboard pop up.
Yes.
And then you will hit the microphone. You should have a little microphone. You pressing too much.
Oh, bottom left. I never used that.
Well, today is your day. Okay. As Denzel would say, you're gonna learn today. All right. And we're gonna be better off because now you can do this
Yeah.
right now.
That's what I'm here for, to become more efficient.
Absolutely. And that's the whole thing. So remember this, it works the same all the time.
Okay.
That'll never change. When you go to Google Drive and you go to a document, and let me just show that to everybody who doesn't understand or know that. You go to Google Drive, you can hit new, you hit document,
Okay.
and that's it. You hit that, you open that up. From your phone, you can start talking in here. Okay? Yeah, that's why I did on my phone. Yeah, because they tie them together. So I can see the output, as you can see here, in real time. And I'll just show everybody just for the sake of learning here. Just one more time. So here I am. Can you see that green there? Where it says me? You see how it moved? Because I moved me on here. So watch, it's gonna move again. See, it moved again. And then I'll start talking to text. I'll start saying something like, this is a test to show how real live, great, super easy, fun technology can be. And boom. So you don't have to be super techie. You just got to be willing to fail. And then the failure that people call failure is simply growth. And boom. And there we go. Right? Yeah. You won't have to type no more. Yeah. Who we got? Yes, I mentioned the Laura AI. We're going to get to it here shortly. Thank you for bringing it up, Willie. Yes. So it's Laura AI. I know you probably had a typo there with the Z. So let's move right along here. Before we hop into Laura, I got to empower you one more level. Next. All right. So here it is. Go back to your share folder, and you're going to pull out cohort 3 passport. All right. Because now that you've learned about your genie, right? Learn your genie. Learn your genie is essentially saying learn how to talk to the AI. Learn how the AI is going to best help you. That's learning your genie, okay? And your genie is learning you. Now we're going to move over here to the passport. Now we're going to train the genie. Because I remember, how did this start? This started with all the terror shows I've ever seen about all the bad wishes. And it also I was reminded about how bad people can make their wishes when I see people use AI. And I'm like, AI made that. And I can tell that AI made that. And that is okay, but that's not what you want. Because again, imagine you buy a home and every house in the community looks the same. That essentially is what most people don't understand AI is. It's cookie cutter. It has to be customized. And these steps that we're going through will help you customize it. You can jump into the AI and your output won't be nearly as great. And I want you to test that out because I'm going to show you the right way against how you've been doing it, respectfully. All right. So, your project passport. Heads up, okay, also, I'm giving you cheat sheets because here's the thing. Once you fill out this, for example, you can simply either copy paste or attach it into the AI tools that we'll be using today, which will expedite your process. By the time you're done today, you'll have a website if you follow along. It'll be amazing. You may not believe it, it's going to be amazing. All right, let's go. Your project passport. And again, if I'm going too fast, people in the chat, let me know. We have very vocal and people in person, so I'm happy about that. I love when people tell me, "Hey, you're going too fast." All right, let me slow down. I ain't tripping. No ego over here. We want success. We want goals to be met and exceeded. So let's do it. So what we're going to do here is break down a little bit more. Okay, I need you to know more because then we can work more efficiently, and I don't have to work so hard to help you, and you don't have to work so hard for me to help you. Okay. So ideally, you complete this passport, and you can actually do it right now. It's really straightforward. Okay. We're going to start with the name. My name is going to be Emperor. My name is going to be Emperor Foodie. All right. I'm Emperor Foodie. That is me. And what is name of my project? What is my interest? Well, I'm interested in a garden, right? And you can talk to text this in too, y'all. I'm just doing this both of the ways so that no one has an excuse. Excuses, they just rub me the wrong way. Just say I didn't do it. All right. Date completed or updated. In progress. Not started. I mean, use what you want. Okay, I'm just giving you examples. I'm gonna go with not started. Okay. Oh, and this needs to be over here a little bit more so you can see. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the definition of ready, okay, your passport is ready when every field is answered. You can say, I say truthfully because the more facts you start with, the more facts you literally run. You can run off with. You don't have to do so much digging. Here's what I also want to say to everybody: have you ever cooked a meal and then burned it, and you burned it and you couldn't save it, and then when you tried to like eat it, what did it taste like? Burnt. But have you saved it right before the burnt messed up everything, and then you was able to salvage some of it, cut that hard crust off, and still be able to eat the rest? I don't know, but I'm real like that. I don't care. I'm gonna eat it if I cooked it, unless I can't eat it, unless it's just not edible. Okay. So, so in this aspect, AI kind of works similarly. When you start with a burnt pot, in this case, bad prompts, your output's going to be bad. If you don't start with, hey, tell me more. If you don't start with gather information. If you don't start with let's do research. If you don't start with let's explore this. I hope you're all writing these little tidbits down because these are the things that I do. I don't know if did I ever tell y'all? Did I ever tell y'all? Hold on, let me have the computer tell y'all. Because sometimes people don't believe it unless it's on the TV. You on the TV right now? So I'm updating this section, but I am an AI tester. And I'm showing you some of the things that I do to test AI. Okay? So I come not just in peace, but I come with knowledge. Let's eat. Okay? Because if I'm showing you how to do this, guess what? You don't need me to show you, which means you can go and fish on your own. That is the goal. Go and get it. Let's move right along. What is this project here to do? Okay? And I'm going to show you something in 2 seconds. I don't want to lose you. I'm going to show you something in 2 seconds. Well, maybe give me 2 minutes. Okay, let's get through this little section. I don't want to lose you though. Okay, here is your passport in full. Okay, it is simply needing to know what you're here to do. So we have the interest. We know what we're trying to offer. We're going to explore. Say, hey, I want to explore and research. This is what you have to do. This is what you should do. Then what are you going to do? Down here, guiding question. What do you want to understand? Let's make it simple. I want to know I don't know about this topic. I don't know. You know how hard it is for some people to say, I don't know? Well, let me help you. Repeat after me. I don't know. All right. I hope you all got that. Did I go slow enough? Here's what I also like to do. Here's another thing you can do if you don't know. That's what you do. That's what you do. It's that easy. I don't know. So tell me what I don't know. But guess what? And I mentioned this in past 2 cohorts. You have to have the right mindset to say, I don't know. Somebody tell me. And then on top of that, you got to be around the right people. So if you're surrounded by haters, they ain't going to tell you nothing. Or they're going to start lying to you. I better get you an AI account. AI ain't going to lie to you if you tell it to do this right here. Go find me the facts. And then we're going to talk about those. That's all you're going to talk about. It's facts. Keep it moving. Audience or related people who might this project or help, reach, inform, serve, involve, or invite. Hey, you know what? I'm not sure. Let's explore and find the right audience. Now, I'm not doing nothing big. I know, some people got, intimidated by having the focus on business, but the focus was really on economics. Holla if you hear me. I wasn't trying to scare you. I was trying to get you paid. You feel me? Okay. Just say, instead of I don't know, you say what? I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready and I don't know. And guess what? That's more powerful than acting like you are, even for your own self. All right, let's keep it going. What is the larger result this project is working towards? In this case, I'm going to say sustainable farm community. That's what I want. That's what that's what I know I want. Back to the goals. Let's keep it moving. Desired change. What is a realistic first improvement? First improvement is community interest. Like just thinking. What would be the first improvement? Like if I'm sitting across from someone who I'm paying $450 an hour, and he or she's like, well, what is your reality or your realistic, your first improvement that you want to make? First, I'm like, man, can you hurry up and ask a question? Pay you $450 an hour. You're talking too slow. The second thing that's going to come to my mind is this: getting the community interest. I want to get the community interested. That's what I want. I need buy-in. So what do you need? What do you need for your idea? What do you need for your goals? What do you need for your mission? What do you need for your plans? You can also say, I may not know. I may not know entirely, right? So help me, please. Done. How would you? Isn't that what you would say to the $450 an hour contractor? Okay. All right. Keep it going here. Audience influence. Now, this is my suggestion, based on the tools that we have. I would say right here. This is what I would say here for everybody watching. Laura, please help me with this and help me identify the audience influencers. I spelled it wrong again. I don't know why I always do that. I type with 7 fingers. I think that's why. I always misspell that. Help me what? Identify who? The audience influencers. So who is influencing the people I'm trying to influence? Okay. Couple more notes. Couple more notes. This is what also I would say here. Okay, couple more notes. Suggestion is, what is their language? What terms do they identify with most? What pop culture are they influenced by? Because why am I asking this? Well, I'm asking this, y'all, because this is what is going. I want to know because I want to use the words. I want to use words that trigger them. What is their? Anybody? It's a big C word. Everything we're talking about summarizes into one word when we talk about identifying the appropriate audience to maximize our outcomes, and that is culture. You want to know the culture of your audience and how this plays a role in conversion. I'm helping y'all. I'm helping y'all based on everything that I've learned from all the great people I've learned it from. How does this play a role in the conversion? It matters. It absolutely will matter. Any questions from the chat? Any comments? How we feeling? Is everything making sense? What's up, Tia? Just seeing you pop in. Peace. Glad you made it. Okay. Please, again, feel free to use the chat. Anything come to mind, anything pops up, any idea, even if it's just a statement, drop it on them, okay? All right. Now, I said I was going to do something for you 5 minutes ago. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Online, are you following me? And are you ready? I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. Oh yeah, I think. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a test. That was a test. Wee, right ready. Awesome. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go. Okay. All right. So here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all be making me work hard for a little interaction. Boy, got me out here begging. We gonna fight, all right? Okay. But I'm gonna run first. All right. So look, here's where we are. I want you to do two things. The first thing I want you to do, if you did it, is take this document here, the learn your GENIE, your output from here. I want you to do is save it. Well, I'm gonna save it. You can copy paste it. For now, I'm gonna save it as a PDF. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Then, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you a shortcut. This is what I'm showing you. This is a shortcut. All right. The shortcut I'm showing you is going to fill out the rest of this document based on just that little bit of intake from that first handout that we covered. Okay. So watch this. You take that first document, and we got the passport here. What we're going to do with the passport is we're going to download this too. Okay. I'm going to go PDF. Now, here's where one of those links comes in from earlier. Manus. Here's where that Manus links comes in. So you're going to go to Manus. Okay. Manus is going to say, what can I do for you? Because why did I come to Manus today? I came to Manus because Manus is free for the next 5 days. Unlimited usage. I've been having a ball. Oh my God, I've been having a ball. Okay, I'm making websites just to make websites. Okay, I'm making apps just to make it because it's free. Completely free. Okay? Yeah, you got the email. I saw, yeah, you was in there. Absolutely. I got you. If you receive any communications, you are invited to all of the emails. And so you can go here and let me know when you're ready. Okay? Let me know online. Let me know when you're ready. Say I'm ready. Let me know if you're ready. I'll wait a moment or two here because we're about to do something. About to do something. And I want you to benefit from it while it's happening. I know you're ready, Josh. I already know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm ready. Ready. Okay. All right. Okay, I gotta calm down. I get excited about this stuff. Stay ready. I know that's right. Mulan. Stay ready. I know that's right. Mulan. Okay. So, what I want you to do in the most excited and calmest fashion you can is upload those two documents that you downloaded. Thank you, Tia. I just be myself, Tia. If nobody was here, I'd still be like this. Okay. Okay. Wait till the podcast drop after this cohort ends. It's going up, left, right, everything but down is where that's going. All right. So if you put those two documents in here now, and I'm gonna throw it in the chat. Okay, hold on. Always a pleasure to collaborate. What I want to do is need your help to take the class demo cohort day one document and complete and finish filling out the cohort 3 handout train AI GENIE document. Okay, so I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna throw it in the chat. Y'all can copy and paste it. Boom. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just put it here. So I personally have a moniker. I always greet my AI. That's just how I move, how I do what I do. Okay. So it's up to you to do the same. All completely up to you. Make your own moniker if you want. Okay. Now, once I do this, I'm going to hit the send button. And by the way, this is Manus, everybody, one of the premier AI tools for agentic AI agents, automation, etc. So follow along here and watch what happens. So I'm going to send that up. Now Manus is going to talk to me. He's going to say, "Hey man, I heard you. See, I told you, understood. We're going to take what? Class day one material and complete it with the cohort document." So we're going to just bear with Manus a moment or two while that happens. And I can't wait, y'all. It's so lovely. Just wait till y'all see what happens next. Oh, you need a share folder? You should have access to it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you have access. So the AI is computing, and you know, I don't want you to get all bougie about this now, y'all. Okay, it's free. Okay, it's free for 5 more days. It says it right here, limited time. Let me make this a little bigger. All right. So it is free. So it ain't gonna move the fastest. So if you do want, and then we're probably in peak time right now, Saturday afternoon, just about everywhere in this part of the neck of the wizard of the world. So as this comes out, what we're gonna do is patiently wait. And while we wait, if you know me well, you know we're gonna stack this up. And what are we stacking it up with today? Today we're stacking it with none other. Oh, pause, I got you. Psych, I'll tell you in a second. What I need you to do before we proceed, just like the YouTube commercials come on, I need you to go ahead and fill out the AI survey, okay? So we'll go ahead, just have a few questions for you to fill out. Feel free to use the screen here for the QR code. And if not, close, Josh, close. Arena is not a bad guess, but also it is not the one we're going to be moving to. But I will show you in moments. So if you could please, everybody, use the QR code or the link in the chat to go ahead. Help me out. Will you pay your bill real quick, please? Will you just go ahead and pay your bill for me? You don't have to leave a tip either. It's okay. No worries. No worries. And we thank you. Thank you. And while that's doing that, they don't want you to do. They don't want you to figure out how to use AI. If you do, you're gonna be on your days and nights won't be so lonely. You're gonna have it. It won't matter. It won't matter. The only thing that don't matter is what you got done that day. We'll round out this and we'll for a moment here. Thank you so much for your participation. You're done. Tell me, this is this helping you out? Are you going to be able to use this when you walk away? Asking, bro. What we're going to find out here. Feel free. I'm all ears. I'm all over. I'm just here to grow, get better, and help you along your way. All right, all right. So thank you, and thank you. Yeah, we got a few. Perfect. We got you down there. We got you in there. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So wonderful. So wonderful. And look at that. Look at the timing. Who was that? Dave Chappelle? For what it's worth, look at the time. Look at the time sitting in the middle of in Times Square in your drawers holding a newspaper. No one can say you weren't there. No one can say you were not there. In fact, you probably got viral with that. So where were you on the night of? Actually, I was half naked in Times Square reading a newspaper. That's where I was on the night of. And moments ago, 2 minutes to be exact, here's where we are. We have a completed document. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Y'all, it is the Wild West, and the AI is the West. So let's do this. Let's take a look at what the outcome. Oh, let's go PDF. I'm partial. Okay, I'm partial to the PDF. So here we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. And for semantics sake, we should also pull this up and go side to side, right? So as we do that, Emperor Foodie, it even made a nice document. Look at that. Look at that. It took the framework of the original document, translated it over, and started to fill it in for me. It's also telling me here as I read through, this is why the human must be in the loop, because you can't just go and submit this thing to somewhere, somebody, someplace to ask you to see what was going on. You got to read it because more likely than not, it is not complete. In fact, more likely than not, it is incomplete. And so, how do we know that? Well, all we got to do is read. Look, it says verify. AI is saying, hey, verify this first. For the location specific facts remain, verify that first. Sure. Thank you. All right. The purpose of this project, the passport is a class demonstration. Yes, it is. We want to turn it into a usable AI ready description for Emperor Foodies. Community garden exploration. Isn't that what I said I wanted to do? Absolutely is. It preserves what is known, turns early ideas into clear working language, and identifies all location-specific decisions that must be verified before taking action. Here's what it also says here. It's reminding you in a nice, pretty yellow, a soft, non-aggressive yellow. It's not aggressive, right? It's not like saying, hey, you're doing that wrong. No, it's like, hey, by the way, you might want to make sure that you verify the assumptions because it looks like there's some unknowns. So it's nice, courtesy yellow versus that school bus yellow. Okay, okay. What is this? What is this project here to do? What is this project here to do? Look at that, side to side. What is this project? What is this project here to do? Here to do. Boom. Project or interest. I want to explore. My guiding question is, what would it take for a simple, safe, community-led garden or farm near my home? Really straightforward. Y'all heard me say this, so you can confirm it. You can go back and listen to the recording too. I said almost everything here verbatim. It's enhanced some of my language a little bit. It's not my voice per se, but it is the information that I put in here. Okay, so now that we have this, we're just going to fact check it. Let's continue to go through. Let's make sure that it's accurate. The primary, because I do want to just hop right into the next thing, but I can't because they told me to slow down. It says, slow down. You're moving too fast. Okay. But now I'll slow it all the way down. Number two, what's your audience? And remember, look at audience as probably the most important thing that you could ever need to find out about your business, especially if you're online. Okay? Especially if you're looking to deliver something through the internet. This is probably going to be one of the most critical things for you to do, in fact. Okay? Is make sure that you know who your audience is. And we don't have to have you know right now. But I want you to ingrain that in your head. When people are talking to you about business, you want to stand out. Hey, who's your audience? I want to make sure they align with mine, or there's a crossover opportunity, right? I want to make sure. Oh, and just for anyone who does have a question, I will drop this document in the share folder. Okay, for cohort 3 day 1. Now, with that being said, here's what I need you to know. The goal is very important. Okay, so we're going to build the groundwork for the sustainable farm community. So, what is your goal? What is the groundwork for your goal? What is your output? Anybody? Is there anyone online who is following along? How was your output? Let me get accurate or inaccurate. Was your output accurate or inaccurate when you combine the two documents together? Let me get some support from the online community here. Because once you understand your audience, in this aspect, the prompt that I gave you, some of the brain matter that I put out here into text is going to help you identify the influence and the language of that audience, the culture that influences that audience. All right. Now, from here, it's going to break down the public influence or the channel. Why or why not it may matter, and useful language. This is what we asked for. I wanted to know why. I wanted to know how. So, local cooperative extension offices, right? We can have AI break that down into a list. So let's cue that up, right? Okay, we'll cue that up. Let's go over to Manus because you can take notes as you go. Where did I lose it? Oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm in Manus. Hold on. I gotta zoom out. All right, there we go. Zoom back in. All right, let me go ahead and download this. Opening another tab. I'm so used to doing this on my own, I forgot to just open up a tab and I can show y'all separately. All right, let's go to a new one. Let's move it over here in the middle. So here is that document. All right. As you go through here, as I go through here, one of the things I do is just go back in here and take notes. Hey, I noticed, because you can change the tab. Watch this, and it'll still take notes, right? So I can go from the top and start making notes and says, hey, I want to verify the location for this location. Let's use Summerlin area near the Red Rock Resort Spa Hotel Casino, right? Um, we'll use that area so we can confirm the assumption so we don't have any more unknowns. And then from there, what I want to make sure we do is create a list of public influence or channels for local cooperative extension offices, American Community Gardening Associations, USDA People Garden Initiatives, and neighborhood associations and local civic channels. I think this will help me as well if I can find parenting groups and family serving organizations, maybe even non-for-profits as well. Their audience, I think, could be my audience, but we'll double check here shortly. So I go back here and I go here. So don't be worried because it captured everything. You see that? So you can do the same thing with your madness. You can hit that record button talk into here according to what's on this document here, which was the last document that curated here. Okay? So now I think you're ready. Thank you, Josh, for the guess. His guess was, again, to remind you, Arena AI. I'll let one more guess. If you get it right, I got a prize for you. One more guess. If you get it right, I got a prize for you. What is the question? The question is, what AI tool am I about to pop up and use for us right now? What tool is going to be a part of our AI stack with Manus? Give me a guess. Give me, and you already know what it is. You already were told what it is. So you know what? I think you all are shy. Maybe a little scared. I hope I don't scare you. But I'm gonna tell you the answer. Say the answer right now. I hope you're ready because you have to go there next. La Plataforma AI. La Plataforma AI. La Plataforma dot AI. So for those of you in the chat, okay, for those of you in the chat, I'm gonna drop this link right here, right now, because now this is where we move forward. This is where everything takes off. Everything I'm about to show you from here on, it's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna be able to walk away from here a different person. So let me let you a moment to get queued up, geared up for that, okay? And in the meanwhile, and I'll get better theme music. Bear with me. Any questions, any comments, feel free to throw them in the chat. It's going up, it's going up. It's going everywhere but down. If you follow along, you can do everything I do. And probably better. It'll be a little better. I'm showing you everything you need to do. You don't, I'm holding nothing back. Yeah. What I'm showing you is, it is. For what we're doing, for how we're using it. There is no best one. Everybody has, each one has multiple strengths. AI is very vast. So I'm kind of doing my best to show everybody the pathways with the least amount of resistance. No, we went to started, man. We're going to there's stack. Mm-hmm. So there was a good conversation brought up. A young lady asked, well, what's the best one then? Right? Well, Manus is good for a lot of things, a whole lot of things. But are you ready to use Manus? Right? These are some of the things that come about with various AI tools. You might need that tool, but you might not know how to use it. Right? And so learning how to use it could also be as simple as having AI do it for you. Mm-hmm. And we'll show you that next week. That'll be real fun. But today I have to show you how to move the fingers and the hands to coordinate with the eyes and the thoughts to make sure that the mouth is coordinated with the brain so that the thoughts come out in the right questions, the right format, the right understanding. Because if I just say, hey, this is what we're going to do, then you won't know why we're doing it. And then you're going to go off and try to do it again, but you don't know why we did it, which is not going to allow you to do it by yourself. So that is my approach. So bear with me. We're going to go ahead and hold on. Okay, we're going to use this. my AI or my system is tweaking. Here, bear with me, y'all. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So we're back. Okay, we're back. And not only are we back, but we are here at Plataforma. Let me fix this. There's always something. Why is that? Bear with me, y'all. Okay. What I'm about to show you, if you're in business, you'll be able to use this for the rest of any of your endeavors in business. If you're a new person to business, you'll be able to use this to help yourself in your business a lot more than you may not have been able to do before. This tool is one of my favorite tools to emerge on the internet. This is, and I am introducing the Plataforma AI. And I think the best thing to do here is to give recognition. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Plataforma in the building. Wow. Now, this tool is so robust that I'm going to just do what I can here. It's so robust. So, we're going to focus today on your free account. So, all those who have your free account, go ahead and log in. So, those of you who don't know, go here to Plataforma, La Plataforma, that is .ai. You're going to come over here to the menu bar at the side. You're going to click that. You have all these options: Laura Duo for creators, for business, audit suite, media simulation tools, audience analyzer, case studies, technology, and of course, expansion and sales equals opportunities for careers. What I want you to do is come down here to log in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'm in. I am officially in the platform. We're about to have our first conversation, well, with you all, utilizing Laura AI. Okay. Now, Laura AI is not a simple tool. Laura is very factually complex. And for the time being, take advantage. I hope you hear me when I say this. Holla back if you hear me. Laura is also without guardrails. And those of you who've ever heard of a guardrail, think of that, what that means in your mind as a vision. Apply that same rule to being a kid, wanting to just free for all, and you had rules. Well, right now, Laura is open for you. The rules essentially aren't there. So, do with that information what you will. I challenge you to go make yourself some money. That's what I challenge you to do. And we're going to help you right now. So, what we're going to do, what? We're going to do what? We're going to go and grab our document from where? Right over here at Manus. Okay. All right. Oh, I forgot. I didn't send that up. So we're going to have Manus update the document before we send it over to La Plataforma. But while we're waiting for that, let's go back to La Plataforma. I'm going to show you a few more things before we dig in. So real quick, just a high-level navigation. Laura AI is what we're about to have a conversation with right now. Okay. La Plataforma is broken down for creators and for businesses. Okay. The overview is really straightforward here for creators, which is what you are, and you're also a business person. But the goal here is to use them both. Use both of the tools. Use them interchangeably. Use them how you need them when you need them. This is a creator golden era. Okay. Well, psych, that era is over. And how do we know that? Because content creation used to be simple, and it's no longer that simple. If you've ever tried to create content, you know that it's not simple. Because why? Today's algorithms have changed, and they're changing constantly. Okay, the organic reach is down. What does that mean? It means paid reach is popping. Okay, so you now can leverage the same access and opportunities. If you're struggling with engagement or if it keeps dropping, listen, it just simply means you need analyzation. You need the right data. You want to get to the right audience, because when you have the right audience, you don't have to beg like I am right now for interaction, right? And monetization isn't simple either, right? There's processes, there's plans, there's tools you have to know. Well, all I'm saying is La Plataforma has made a way for you to get started a lot easier. All right. So I'll have you get on your own time and energy to look at this, but you also have tools that will help you expand into your creative worlds, become more visible, and identify and align with your right audience. So here's what you have. La Plataforma, here's another gift. Here's another gift if you're ready, right? If you're ready, here you go. You can schedule free training and get $100 in free Google ad credit. Is that worth your time? A free training and $100. Free training, $100 holla. Sign me up, okay? Sign me up. Can I still get that deal? I want the $100 credit. I need $100. Somebody got 50. How about 20? 25. How about a bite of chicken for a nickel? Okay, let's move over here. And good timing. I kind of had a feeling it was done. So what we're gonna do is, well, now we know that it's been updated, right? It just gave me, look, got Red Rock. Here, let me download this. Make it a little bigger. There we go. So the address is updated. Excuse me, I got take a little squig of this water. Hiccups coming on strong. Josh said, I need that. What you need, Josh? What you need, bro? Let me know. What you need, bro? He said, I need that. Well, you got it. That's the key. It's in your email. You need $100? Josh said, let me get that $100. Let me get that $100 holla. No, that's right. No, that's right. Let me get that $100 holla. So let's start with 100,000 credits. Before we get into this, if you signed up for Laura, you should have 100,000 credits waiting for you. And here, let's double check mine. Let's go here. Oops. Here, actually, I'll sign in this way. Sign in like that. And there's your 100,000 credits. So we're going to use this in real time with you. Okay? So if you have not gotten your 100,000 credits, sign in and do it now. Okay? Go ahead and hurry and do it now. We're about to get started right now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have this conversation with Laura. Now with Laura, I'm going to say, let's get started. What can Laura do? We're about to find out. Okay. Please analyze this document. I'll text this in the chat too, so you can just copy paste it. So please analyze this document attached. Let's get on this page. So what are you going to do? You're going to do what you already did for the first AI tool by simply drafting and uploading this document. So everything we did here, sounds like the mic is rubbing. Does it still sound like that? Does it still sound funny? Let me know if it still sounds funny. I know the desk was moving. Oh, you know what? There we go. That probably is a little bit better. There we go. I figured out what it was. It was rubbing. I've got a, you know how I got this set up, Josh. So it's a full thing. One little thing makes it so. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So here's what we do. Everything that we have in here, we have now accumulated into the document. So now we can trust that as we move forward, because we have the right foundations, that we are going to let the other AI know out the gate what it needs to know. The goals, our ambition. Here we're going to go back here. The audience, the desired change that we have, the materials that we may or may not need, the voice and the boundaries. All right. Then we can also say, before we do anything, we can say, also, can you please right, so I'm gonna text this. I don't want you to send it up yet because we have to do one more thing. I'm gonna text it it's in the chat group, okay? I just threw it in there. All right. So the reason I said don't send it up yet is because Laura is very complex. You might be thinking, well, what are you talking about? Well, look up right above where it says data. We want to be specific here. So let's use YouTube. Okay. Let's turn on YouTube because we're going to say in our mind, that's what we're going to use. We're going to use YouTube. We're not on Instagram. We're not on TikTok or LinkedIn with this community farm. So choose which one of these you align with best for what your plan is. Okay. I would start with YouTube because it's the most broad. Okay. Then hit this tab here, industries. Now, what I want to do down here, I says, okay, I want you to kind of get queued up. I want to be on the same page, but I also want you to tell me something. Okay. I want to know more. So I want to hit education. I'm going to turn education on because I need to know more. Because how many times did I say I don't know? More than once. So now I'm gonna need some education. Because Laura's gonna notice in my document that I don't know more than once. Okay? So now that I have that on, I'm gonna go here to the roles. Okay, these are all different kinds of roles. These are agentic AI tools. Meaning that if you hired somebody to be a media planner, then this is what they would do for you. They would be a media planner. In this case, I need more data. So I'm going to put data analysis. I need more data. I need to understand more. And I'm also going to want to know what? My audience. So I'm going to turn on data and audience because I need to know more of what I don't know. Now, the last thing I have to do is give them my document. I give Laura the document to review. It's going to be reviewed with these roles in mind as an audience analysis, a data analysis staff, educational assistant, and focused on YouTube data. That's how we're rolling down the hill. Does anybody online have a question before I hit send? Too late. I already sent it. You have a question, or you can still answer. You can still ask if you have a question. You can still ask. Don't worry. So let me make this a little bigger. If you want to learn, if you need help making this bigger, there's a button right here, the expand button. You hit that once, it'll move over here. So you have leverage to move around on the screen still, or you hit it one more time and it makes it big. All right. So this is a rigorous foundation, it says. As a data scientist and audience analyst, I've synthesized the Summerlin Project Passport Update to ensure our objectives are aligned. The plan correctly identifies the transition from a broad concept into a localized, research-heavy listening phase. And let me tell you all, upfront and personal, lots of companies pay for this first. Before real big business have a budget that they know is never coming back to them. And it's usually in the form of what we would call, let me see, does anybody know the answer? If anybody knows what I'm about to say, what is it called before you start something? When you do all the research to get it together, when you do all the fact gathering to understand what you're about to get into, does anybody online know what that is and know what that means? And y'all should know too. Y'all are business owners. Hold on, I gotta hold you accountable here. Y'all should know what this terminology is. And since I don't have nothing, I guess I'm gonna eat all the snacks that I have to give away. It's called a feasibility study. What is the feasibility of my money coming back to me? What is the feasibility of people liking this? What is the feasibility that I'm not going to lose my pants in this deal? What is the feasibility that I'm going to profit off of these 17 stores, locations that I have for a new contract? What is the feasibility? What are the details? What do I need to know? What don't I know? What have I not considered? This is feasibility. Thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars are spent on feasibility studies. If you're listening between the lines, you heard me say something I'm going to say out loud one time. You can use your 100,000 credits to create income. How is a great question. Well, guess what? Laura is a data analyst, guru, a doctor of an analyst, a doctor of analyzing data. We just went through the roles right here. These two alone. How much does it cost you to get a data analyst to do something for you? How much per hour? Well, we got it in seconds. All right, let's keep going here. Strategic analysis, current state. We are currently in a pre-feasibility and audience validation phase. The geographical anchor is Red Rock. The primary objective is the geographical interest in this project, the site specific visibility. The risk mitigation. What is risk mitigation? It's lowering your risk. The document wisely emphasizes permission based outreach to avoid the common pitfall of assuming community buy in before data collection. So I'm not going to assume here. I'm going to know here. Areas for enhancement. I asked, Laura, tell me where I can enhance this thing. The first place it says is audience segmentation and micro targeting. Here's your priority 1 through 4 is a good start, but we need to segment. We need to segment the Summerlin population more granularly to predict participation rates. Anybody hear me? Right. So what are we gonna do? You're gonna get an active retiree segment. Here's how it's breaking down. This is high visibility. They have high interest in legacy and community projects. They probably own the home. This is Summerlin, right? Fewer renters, more owners, more snowbirds, more true retirees. They probably won't move. They might go vacation, but they probably won't move. That's legacy. The ecosystem, the eco-conscious parent. Plenty of school systems in Summerlin. These parents are focused on STEM. And you know what? Here's the thing. You don't want everybody in the community coming to the farm. No, because you ain't gonna have no vegetables. The fruit gonna be gone. Aside, the squirrels will come and eat it, and the birds will come pick at it. The people gonna drive by. You know what? I ain't help these people at all. Let me go and eat some watermelons on my way home. They didn't even pull no dirt up. They didn't even get dirty. Just coming up and taking the fruit and vegetables. You don't want that, do you? So more likely than not, location is gonna matter too, right? The HOA restricted enthusiasts, residents who want a garden but are prohibited by their specific sub-association rules. It says here, this is your strongest pain point to solve. Strongest pain point to solve. Additional opportunities, data collection framework. Instead of a general listening, we should implement a structured community needs assessment. More what? Data collection. So how does this apply to your business? Right? How does this apply? What's your business?
Professional services.
And specifically, what is your business then?
Notarial bags, apostilles,
Okay.
document preparation,
Notary, document preparation, apostille,
loan signings.
loan signings. So your audience, well, primary two audience is real estate and law
Yeah.
out the gate. I didn't need Laura for that, right? But now we do because once we understand real estate and law, that's still two big buckets. So now we got to get to the grain, to the grand, to the nervous. Just give me the one nerve versus all of them, right? Because when you hit that one nerve, it's funny. I was just talking about this as one of my mentors. I said
You got me.
I have multiple people I learn from. Yeah, to me. You can never stop learning. You always have people who are smarter than you, or doing something that you might want to do or have interest in to teach you, or you able to find a soundboard because you never know what you could be taught. You never know what you can learn, and you never know how you can grow. And so I choose not to be afraid of knowledge and truth. I choose to be open to it. So yeah, I have plenty of people who I learn from. Even you, I learn from people who I participate with every day. I learn all kinds of stuff. It's all about perspective, in my opinion. You know, like AI, for example, using AI. How many people could be here? How many people could fill this building up if they knew that combining La Plataforma and Laura AI could help them generate 100 grand, right? And I'm one of those people who've used La Plataforma Laura AI to generate 100,000 or more, actually, more. So let's continue down this pathway. So once we have a quantitative 5-question digital survey set up, you can use a tool like Fill Out. It's free. Okay. You can create that survey. Okay. Spatial analysis and land mapping. So now you also want to use and leverage the land, right? A location. Okay. Educational product definition. Okay. And then, so what do we do with this? Laura says, "Hey, does this align with your 30-day vision, or should we lean harder into the land acquisition research?" Well, Laura knew what I wanted because the next thing I want to do is land research. So let's go back to this free tool called Manus, and don't hope I didn't lose you yet because we still have one more thing to do. I have to show you. I have to show you what to do with all this, but we have to get the right content first. So I'm going to make sure I do my best to show you where to get the content from, how to get that information, close those gaps so that when you do take it to this final step I'm going to show you, you have everything you need, because it is painful to go backwards. Okay? I'm trying to help you. So please trust me. So what I want to do here, one second. We're going to go back to Manus. In Manus, I'm going to say, I'm collaborating with La Plataforma.ai and Laura AI. I'm going to copy and paste in the Laura output of the document that we generated in collaboration together. What I want you to do is help me focus on finding the best locations for this opportunity in the area that's been designated. And also, let's frame up the foundations. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stop there. Stop there, because I don't want to get y'all too far ahead of me, and I don't want to get too far ahead of you. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. So I'm gonna take off and also let's. And the one thing I want to do also is add some educational information, links, references, audience influencers, etc. So I'm going to send that right up. Okay. While that's doing the computation, I'm going to come right back over here to Plataforma. What I'm going to do is tell Laura, it says, "Hey, thank you," first off. Then I'm going to say, "Please tell me influencers for these types of projects." Okay. Because, and again, the influencer is going to help me find the audience. If there's an influencer, that means people are watching. If there's an influencer, that means people are listening. So what we're going to do, we're going to find an influencer. So here's the influencer categorized by their ability to provide technical legitimacy, land authority, and audience mobilization. Well, here is our list that is being cultivated. UNR extension. Who else we got? So they're the master gardeners of Clark County. While AI, okay, she's done. Laura's done. Garden Farms of Nevada. What I love about Laura is it tells me why. When I see why and I read why, guess what I now know? I know why. I know why the Garden Farms of Nevada have successfully navigated, because they've successfully navigated the Summerland HOA. So they know what to say, they know what to do, they know the language, they know the lingo, they know who to call, they know how to make it work. Their endorsement signals what? That the property owners, that the project will be professionally managed, not an eyesore, not just a bunch of corn sitting in the middle of summer, a bunch of broccoli just stinking. No, rotting away because the squirrels and the birds don't even want to fart. Because do they? I don't even know. That's a good question. I should ask AI, do squirrels and birds fart? It's a good question. Because if they don't, then you can feed them broccoli. All right? All right. So, educational powerhouse. All right? And now I have why. Green Our Planet is an educational powerhouse, so now I'm going to reference information from them. Las Vegas Clark County Library. Ooh wee. Why? Because they influence a priority 2 and priority 3 learners for my audience segment. So it's giving me my audience. So now I'm knowing I'm already starting to set those coordinates so I can navigate to them, so I can find them with my words and with my visuals. All right, let's go ahead and check because we're stacking up now. Remember, y'all are, you got to pull up your pants and tighten your belts because this is how you get down with AI. This is how you make a full day. This is how you make a difference. Okay, what does it say? Paste the output. Oh, I didn't paste the output. Oh, yeah. It's also what happens when you do AI stacking. You be forgetting to do stuff. Okay, here we go. Let me copy paste the output. And then after this, I'm going to show you what you've been waiting for. So I appreciate your patience. Are y'all still with me? Let me get an I'm here still, or I'm awake, or somebody in the chat. What y'all got in the chat? What y'all doing? Y'all sleep? Y'all over there knocked out? Y'all snoring? You got what you digging in your toes? What y'all doing over there? Let's see. High impact. All right, you're dismissed for now. All right, we got Mulan. She woke, sitting in the mango trees over there. Anybody else alive? Y'all awake over there? What y'all doing? We just waiting on Manus to finish this output for us because what we're gonna do with this is amazing. So we have a couple back and forths, and we should round this out with something that you can take with you forever. Okay. In the meanwhile, let me go ahead and shamelessly promote our own business here. If you are just watching, and check out NVHUB.net. If you're new, check out NVHUB.net. You'll get a pop-up right away. This will allow you to register for our Cohort 3 AI GENIE, which runs for the next 4 weeks. If you missed that pop-up, you can go ahead and hit register here. When you do go to the site, please take advantage of the resources. We have our Learning Vault, live and upcoming events. If you hit that, you'll actually see us live now. Here's our schedule as well. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I highly encourage you to do so. Helps us expand our reach, go live when necessary, and reach more people who need to know about what you're learning about as well. News and updates are here as well. You can find them. Newsletters, blogs, etc. And also, we have something really cool that you can take advantage of. I'll throw it in the chat for those of you who are online. This is our AI white paper. AI readiness is becoming a civic infrastructure, which is very true. That's why we're here today. It'll slowly picking up traction. We just dropped this. But here you can see a 64-page document that you can download for free and just read through and see where things are going, how things are going, and as well as what's coming in the future. One of the key opportunities, highlights here is our collaboration and partnership with Civic Alignment. We are here because we met Serafine, the director of this organization, in the middle. His AI, artificial intelligence vision, met my stick-to-itness experience and wherewithal to make things happen. And so that's ultimately why we are here and how we came together. And one thing I want you all to know is that AI is so big. It is so big that literally it is infrastructure. It is such an infrastructural impact that soon, and I'm talking like really soon, I'm talking just in moments here, y'all, you will see something that you've never seen before. Whether it's here in Las Vegas or somewhere else in the world, you will see sustainable AI buildings like this one that integrate solar, water power, efficiency. And these are the types of designs that you'll see here that really is the embarking into the future. Yes, this is AI generated, but it's AI generated with feasibility in mind, realism, that is, right? There's technology that exists without us knowing how to tap into it. And that's what AI is really here to help us do. Okay, so if you get a moment, take a chance. You can read all about that. And the last thing I want to show you here on the resources is the Part 107 Study Lab. This is probably one of my favorite things about what we added as a legacy model here at the Dolores Huerta Resource Center in collaboration with the Just One Project. When it's all said and done, I ain't mad at you. We're almost there. We're feasibility, structure, input, all good. Thank you, Jonathan, for your input. And speaking of which, Jonathan, NVHUB Study Lab as well for Part 107. For those of you who are new or maybe just don't know, here is ultimately a landing pad for anyone in the community and or online who is desiring to learn and know about how to make money flying a drone and learning how to attain their 107 certificate FAA license, which is the only thing that you can do to allow you to fly drones and make money. So here is really straightforward. It's an online app. You'll be able to come here, test yourself on all the learning paths, and prepare yourself with practice tests as well as resources. From the resources that we haven't created to the resources that are available and that exist online and specifically and directly through the FAA. All right. So shameless plug, nvhub.net. Check us out. We are doing the work that needs to be done. All right. I'm moving right along. Let's go back to Manus here, who has finished the document. And Jonathan, I'm happy that you're doing this along with, because this is what it's all about, man. Jonathan said, "Hey, man, I'm with you. I was stuck on Laura AI. I'm taking care of my feasibility structure. I know that's right. And all I'm going to say to you is this: leverage the free tool, unlimited that Manus has to get the structure together, so that by the time you take it over to Laura, you're really extracting as much content and value out of that 100,000 free credits. Okay, so that's what we're about to go do now. So we're going to download this again. We're going to just take it here. Always review. Rule of thumb, just do a general, review of the document that AI puts out for you to make sure that it's accurate. Okay? And look at what we just learned. Look at this. I love it. The best first location, the strongest for listening education phase is not in Ground Garden. It offers a known address, ADA features, room for up to 287 people. See, this is the type of information that normally you would have to go and pay for, right? A real estate feasibility study was done between Laura and Manus. It's done. And here you go. Here are the ranked locations from number 1 to number 6, okay? So now what we're going to do, we already have it downloaded. We're going to take it to Laura. Manus, rough draft for Laura, got it maximum. So look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is his first day, first week. He's in both drone and now AI. Managed rough draft for Laura, got a maximum utilization tools at hand. Let us pray. And this is how it's supposed to work. Maximization, utilization, maximization. Come on. Let's roll, y'all. This is fun to me. I know it might sound crazy, but it is. So, I'm going to drop this PDF for this garden that we now have location, feasibility, address. We got addresses. Can you believe? Y'all don't believe? You don't believe? We got addresses. So press pause. You want to get into real estate. What you going to do? You're going to call a realtor? I dare you to call a realtor after you learn this today. I dare you. I triple dog dare you to call a realtor and tell them to do what AI just did for you and pay the bill they gave you to. I dare you. Okay? And this is a reality check. For all the doctors, the lawyers, I'm sorry, AI has your job in the bag. Truly and genuinely. Anybody gone to the doctor recently? Because I know that if you have, the doctor wanted you to sign a piece of paper aside the ones they already have you sign. And guess what it asks you to do? It asks you to be okay with them using AI to do their job. Let us pray. So if you want to become a doctor today, you can. It'll be the cushionest job you could ever afford to get through school for. Okay? Same with lawyers and a lot of other things that are related to anything that has a design. You are a human being, you have a design. Okay? You're a cloud architect, there is design. You are an engineer of buildings, there is design. You're a civic engineer of roads and etc. There is a design now that AI overstands. And so the everyday person can do your job. So guess what? Let me just transform this into one more thought, one more elevated thought. Okay? You need to build a home on a vacant lot that you've used AI to identify what would be the best place, location, size, etc. to build this new home. You use AI to do that, which you normally have to pay somebody. Okay. Now you use AI to design your home according to the specifications of what the city requires for that block, for that city, for that area. You follow now all the ordinances that the city requires to build. There's only one thing left that you don't have to build and get that design approved. And you don't have an architectural license. So what do you do now? Instead of having the architect and the real estate agent find your land, do the feasibility, figure out what you need to put on it, figure out where it needs to be, design the home, you did it all with AI. So now what's the last thing you need? You have the designs, you got everything that you need. What's the last thing you need to get it going? The signature from the architect. That costs a lot less than having them do everything AI did for you. Okay? So you can walk away with $1,000 signature versus a $30,000 bill. Let us pray. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all are not ready. Y'all are not ready. Oh my God. Y'all are not ready. Okay, let's keep going. So we know what we're going to build. We know what the non-negotiables are, the 7 non-negotiables, which I didn't know existed because I asked AI to do what? Tell me what I don't know. And AI said, well, you going to learn today. Okay. Well, I'll sit in the back of this Monte Carlo and take a ride. Okay. And then what else we have here? Gardening begins with learning, education strategy. This is all going to help. You might be thinking, why is he doing all this? What is this? I don't understand. It's too much. No, it's not too much. You just acting like a child. Start thinking like a business person. Okay? So it's going to do all this for you. I'm going to share this document. I don't want to push the details too hard because this is really about you and how this translates for you. If you're following along, you're about to be happy that you did. Last thing, what I want you to do is analyze this with Laura before we do anything. Please. Please analyze this attachment and then tell what we missed. Now we're going to leave it general. I'm going to let Laura work a little bit here. Because again, I told you I don't know nothing about that. I don't. You give me a plan, it might be dead by the time I wake up. And I'm trying to figure out, I want my plants to live long. I'm trying to figure it out. I want a green thumb. That's part of one of my personal goals, to learn botany throughout the year. 12 times a year, I sit down and learn about plants. I just like it. I don't know why. Right? We talked about this earlier. Use AI to learn about stuff just that you might have interest in. You might not need to do any. It doesn't have to be about business, Mr. Lopez. I know. I have to remind myself that all the time. So I take action to do that. In the meanwhile, I can't help but wonder what the AI is going to think about what I'm trying to do. I can't help it. I can't help but think about how to improve my business. I can't help about to think about how to help other people improve their business. Because when I think about that, I realize that if I can help you improve your business, I can help you improve your economics. I can help you improve your everyday circumstances, which lets all of us think about what we're supposed to be thinking about because everybody's thinking about the same thing, which is what? Paying them bills. That's terrible. That is terrible. AI can help us prevent all that, but they got people scared of AI. Or AI is going to take your job. Yeah, it should take your job if you don't learn it. Yeah, it's like, oh, I didn't learn how to write. So the pencil took my job. What? What? The pencil took your job? How did pencil take your job? Because I didn't learn how to write with it. Well, why didn't you learn how to write with the pencil? Somebody got a hand, right? This guy over here got 3 fingers and he's writing. Somebody ain't got no hands and they're using their feet. Have y'all seen people cook with their feet? I just be grateful. Like, oh, Lord, thank you, God. Whew. I mean, and then they make me go pick up stuff with my feet. Let me just pick it up with my foot. Humble my life right quick. Let me just pick it up with my toes. Just humble myself. Right? Jonathan, you are on a roll. Reference architecture autonomous. My guy, you're on a roll. Thank you. Thank you. It's the people like you that make it exciting for me to share with the people like you what I've learned. This is what it's all about. Let's dig in. Let's wrap this up real clean. So, Laura is telling us that there is a great perspective here, but there's missing layers that must be addressed. Okay, what are those missing layers? Economic sustainability model, a summer slump operational protocol, partner evaluation proposition, legal entity and liability structure, data governance, and privacy. Now, here's, Jonathan, this is for you. Here's what I'm about to do. So now that we have all this information, here's what I'm about to do. I'm going to take this, because this is the only thing that Manus doesn't have. So I'm going to take what more analytics and analysis and data that Laura gave us, that you're not going to get this type of acute data from just anywhere. So I have to bring it in to where it's not the best. Someone asked me earlier, what's the best AI? There is no best AI. The question is, what is your goal? Right? We have to change our mind, right? Someone say, well, what's the best paintbrush? I want to paint a picture. Well, I have questions first, because like a good lawyer or a good doctor or a good consultant, you ask them a question, the best ones are going to say, after you ask them a question, is what? It depends. People get frustrated, but that's the truth. It depends. So we're going to do here. Let's move forward. We're going to drop Laura this data. I'm sorry, Manus, the data from Laura. They've been dating all day, technically, right? Awesome. Thank you so much. Now what I want you to do is to gather the rest of the information from Laura that I've attached here. Now I want to draft the skeleton wireframe for a website that will create engagement, educate, and spread the call of action for this proposed community farm, so I can gather data to gauge the interest. I'm just going to send that right up. Okay? And here's what I'll do for you and for anyone who's following along in the chat. I'm just going ahead and drop it. Dropped it in the chat. Okay, dropped it in the chat. This is the prompt that I'm now leading with in Manus. And I'm going to show you because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. So, Jonathan, I hope you're ready because I'm about to drop something on you here. I know you're following along. This is going to help you. And Manus is free. Next week, I'll show y'all what to do with what is created next. Okay? If I'm going too fast in the chat, let me know. But ultimately, what comes out next is amazing. And I want you to remember this. You're never done with the research. You're never done finding out more information. You're never done. So look, I'm gonna take the exit, but in life, I'm still on the road. Okay? And I've seen so many people go ahead and take that exit. And I thought, wow. Everybody stops before they want to take the yellow brick road. And too many people get off too soon. They get off too short of the goals they set because they got a little too comfortable. Comfort is evil, super evil, because at least for a driven man, driven woman, people with goals and vision, comfort will slow you down. Have you eaten Twinkies over there at Wingstop? Grubbing. You made grubbing with your big back. Slow down, big back. Slow down. No more big backing. Time to be intentional. That's why we got this farm, right? All right. So we're going to come back over here. Now, Manus is using ChatGPT to create the image for your site. Now, you want to start with an image when you're building sites, personally, because it's code that has to go behind the actual development of a site. So, what do we want here? What do we want? Well, we want to see what the outcome is. Let's just see. So, we take a look. It's going to let it generate here. Let it pop. Okay. That's not a bad looking landing page, home page. All right. So it's going to explain. We have a vision here. It's very clean, right? Because isn't the garden clean? Mind you, there are things that I have to say this. People say, I build websites. Yeah, I build websites all the time. That's what I've been doing since I was born. Okay. Well, you've been building websites since you was born. Why are you still building websites? Why don't you? Why? If you're that successful, why are you still building websites? Oh, because you're not building them to convert. You're not building them to the audience. You're not building them for people to come and buy. Because, be careful, y'all. I'm telling you, people will tell you they do something, and they really don't. It's like somebody tell you they're a bodybuilder, and they belly bigger than yours. You used to bodybuild? What happened? Let's ask more questions, folks. More questions. All right? All right. So let's keep going. Why this matters. Hang tight with me, Jonathan. We still got a little time. We got 13 minutes. I got 13 minutes to prove something to y'all. Well, not to prove it to you, to prove that I can do it again, because I love doing this. Why does this matter? Because if you grow food locally, this is all the things that I said matter to me. Growing food locally increases the freshness of the food that you're eating. You're going to learn more skills, more desert skills for practical knowledge about water, soil, plants, resilient gardening. I told you I can't plant. I want to know. So how many other people want to know? This also attracts the people who already do know, because I know how to do that already. Let me go down and show them. Okay? Or he'll ping his wife. He wants to get out of the house. Please, honey, they need volunteers. They don't even say that on here, but they need volunteers down there, and they want people to show them how to garden. And he already know. She about to jump up out the chair and go. You coming? No, you have a good time. There it is. She gone. We helping everybody. We superheroes now with this garden. We got the old man in the house by himself. He's been waiting on that for all month. His wife got something to do. Choose your role. Here it is. I want to grow. I want to build. I want to learn. I want to represent an organization. Send old Sally down there. Swing Sally up. Swing Sally down. Have her go to Summerlin. Get her hands dirty right now. All right. How a community farm could work. How can it work? Here's how it works. Here's how it works. Not why it works. Here's what is going to make it work. The how is so important. And this looks good for a general framework. I got 10 minutes, right? I got 10 minutes. I started. I'm going to show you something that we're going to start. So we're going to use, this is one thing to do. This is one way to do it. Okay, watch this. All right, and those who know me know about this already. All right, lovable. You're going to log in. I might have to find I got to use a new email. I'm going to use a new one because the other one I think is capped out. All of the sites I never use, all the energy I'm wasting. Hopefully it comes back because you learn and therefore don't waste the energy. I like dark mode. Call me Noodles. My martial arts name. All right. I'm a fake designer today. All right. And I'm running solo. All right. So I'm just being myself, man. Hanging out, man. I'm just being myself. All right. Wait till that podcast drop. Boy, my mama gonna call me and tell. I don't know. What are you doing? Living my life. I love you. All right. So look, definitely learned it. I know that's right. Say that again. He said, I definitely learned today. All right. So one more thing for you to take home. Take it back to your castle, my friend, and put it in your brainstorm tube. We're gonna go back here to madness. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this thing right here. All right. I'm gonna download this. It won't let me copy. I'm gonna hit the download button in the bottom. Hit the download. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna bring it back over here because I want Laura to look at it real quick. I like Laura. Laura's pretty good. So let me have Laura quickly assess this web proposal. So Laura's gonna take a look at that for us, and then here's the part, right, y'all? Here's the part. All we had to do is download, upload, and then ask a question. We downloaded the image that was created. We uploaded it to Laura. We asked Laura to do what? Assess the whole site. So Laura said, I'm ready. Oh, here, let me try again. Let's try one more time. And then what happens is Laura will give us a strategic response, okay? And the response is going to be driven, again, by data, all right? And that's the key, all right? Here is the key, all right? Oh, so you know what? I might be overworking Laura. So here's what we're going to do. Wait. Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. So now the performance audit is done. We got all of the data coming back, the analysis coming back from Laura. Laura saying, hey, look, conversion path, here's what you need to do. Pre-feasibility. Visual realism versus aspiration. Okay, here's what you need to understand. The jurisdictional understanding and geographic anchoring, here's what I would do. Educational message, education first messaging, here's how you should do that. So now what we do is we're gonna go here, just copy those 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna come back over here to Manus. Here are some minor updates from Laura that we should use for updating the website draft. Thank you. Press the check mark so you don't send it up. If you press shift and enter allows you to not send up the prompt. So you can make space if you need it. I copy pasted what Laura said in here, and boom, I'm gonna send it up. Now, we wait. X out this because there's going to be a new image generated. And then I'm going to show you what to do with this. I'm happy you learned something today. That's what it's all about. I hope you learned something to take with you, not just for the moment, but to apply for whatever you have going on for your goals, your hopes, your dreams. Okay. In the meanwhile, let's go to and now I'm flexing because we're about to wrap up. I'm flexing a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you. So we're gonna drop that image in lovable here. Let me go ahead, copy paste, drop that in the chat. Okay, lovable. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this in lovable and say, hey, okay, thank you. Always a pleasure to collaborate. Please make this website and make it better where you are programmed to enhance and do your best work. So now someone asked me earlier again, well, what's the best AI? Here, I'm gonna use this AI tool that builds websites because it doesn't do nothing else. You can't have it analyze like Laura does. You can't have it draft up PDFs and do research like Manus. So what do? You can't use it for that. So what you do instead is, it's like when you know you got to go to a certain grocery store to get the right fruit. Same thing here. Okay, you got to know what AI to go to get the right output. So this case, this AI tool is used for building websites. So I'm gonna tell it to do what it does best, and I'm gonna get out the way. And while I'm getting out the way, I'm gonna be doing some more work. Where go back over to madness. Boom, 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 boom. It's done. It's done. Now I look at my website. We got enhancements. So we start here with this very plain Jane, Fruit of the Loom, tidy whitey website. Now we're here. Would you look at that? With the help of Laura, look at how much more enhancement this site has undergone. We went from this to just the hero part. Look at that. And look at the big difference. It's already more fun to look at. The plants got a little coloring. This is a garden. Come on now. We got an assessment here, 2-minute survey. We got another page here, the second page. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Jonathan, you ready? Okay, thank you so much. So now what I want to do is I want you to help me create PHP code for a full and optimized website. I want the code to be interactive, to make the site fun, for it to have transitions, also for it to have overlay interactions when the mouse hovers, and any other enhancements I may be missing based on my lack of knowledge as a developer. I just tell you right now, what you just heard was not only communication, but humility. Your humility goes far with AI. What you don't know, AI will happily fill in for you. We're going to send that up on Manus. Manus is now going to change this image into code, and we'll see it in real time. Now, for those of you who are with me and following along, let me go ahead and drop this into the chat so you can have it as well. All right. There we go. Okay. This is the chat prompt that I gave the tool. Okay. Now, where do we end up? We end up in a place we've never coded before. Ever. Never. Ever. We've never built a website. Ever. Never. And Lovable is building one right now. Y'all thought I forgot. Nope. Y'all must have forgot. Remember that Roy Jones song? Y'all must have forgot. I think AB must have forgot. He used to be great, man. Something about a couple dollars. with a weak spirit, boy, doesn't go very far. All right. So here now is lovable. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and share this preview, create a preview link. All right. Share. Oh, that's what I need to do. Copy. So y'all know it's real. If y'all still with me in online, let me know you're still here. Let me know you're awake. And in between, then go ahead and click that link I just dropped in there, right? Because now you'll get to see the site. If you look at this, you very nice site so far. You got a sticky header, so it stays there. It stays in the top while the rest of the site moves. Okay, got the pictures there. You know what? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to use the link right there, real time. Boom. Lovable is what this is called. Oh, I won't let you do it? Okay, hold on. I must have did something wrong over here. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I got to publish it. There we go. So Lovable will give you a temporary link for your website. I know class is over, but that's okay. I'm going to just round it out right now. And so you end up with, so while it's publishing, let's just scroll through the site. Here's why it matters. It's got those, it changed up a little bit, just a little bit. It's got some interactiveness to it, as you can see, some movement there. Let's visit the full site that they finally gave us a link for. So you'll get a temporary link, which you can switch later to have it go to the link that you want, okay, the location you want it to go to. And while that's pulling up, let's hit refresh. Maybe that's why. We'll use this while it's still glitching. We'll just work through this. Choose your role. I want to grow. I want to learn. Takes you down here for the little quick survey. You can answer questions about these things. You get the tracking of your responses. You see that? You probably want to add in, you still got a little bit of developing to do. You probably want to add in, a name and email, intake so you can get the phone and the contact of these people. Partner conversation, take you back to there. And here's your initial home page. And this is a landing page. And folks, let me tell you the difference. Landing page, the difference is every button, as you can see here, will take you to somewhere on that same page. All right. A website, you click these and it'll take you somewhere completely different. So let's go ahead and go here. We're going back to Madness. It's still developing. That's okay. Because remember, it has to write all the code. So this is the code that you don't see. This is the code that you never had to learn. This is the code that you never had to understand. This is the code you will never ever see because you never needed to, because you never had to. And I'm only showing you because it's on the code right here. But we'll stick to the preview. Okay. The preview mode will let you see what the output is. Okay, so let's just go down the list and close these out. So you can use Lovable as an option. I know that's right, my guy. He said, I'm about ready to harvest. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. Real time, right? So now you don't have to go on Fiverr and deal with people from overseas to try to figure out, there's a guy in Turkmenistan I was contracting one time. It took me 2 weeks to get him queued up on the project. I said, man, this is terrible. And I was just trying to spread the love around versus my guys in India who completely understand what to do. How to get down. Some of the best designers in the world I've met out of India so far. So most of my subs are from India, right? The key here is you don't know unless you go. You'll never know unless you try. So this is your landing page. You can get it for, this setup right here was free. I didn't pay for anything. I never pay for anything that you've seen so far today. So now you can have a whole business set up online. It didn't cost you anything. It didn't cost you a penny. What does that mean to you? Going back down our review, this was our document from the day. I'll go ahead and drop that into the share folder. Over the next 48 hours, you will receive the links for the replays for both drone and AI from today. Don't forget you have Laura AI waiting for you. Okay, let me just show you real quick. Let me go. Oh, this is a different account that I'm in. Okay, take advantage of using these tools. They are free to you today. Okay, let me go ahead and just absolutely, absolutely. They are free to you today until the credits run out. Okay, LaPlataforma.ai. If you have a website already or the one you just built, bring it back in here. Analyze it with the audit suite, the APPI tool for business. Analyze it. Put your website right in here. I'm doing that right now. Let me show you. Let me just show you. Oh, do the whole thing. I did the same thing to my site. Okay, take your site, copy it, bring it to Laura, APPI, drop it in here, put your brand name, put your goal, convert, and make sales. What other goals should you want? It'll analyze your site. Let it analyze. Let's go here because this project wrapped up in madness. Okay, developing this plan. And remember, this is free, so I may have to show it to you when we start class next week because it still has a little bit of developing to do. But in between, then, this is what you can do. Take your site, your URL, copy paste it. Come here to Laura. Oh, I'm sorry. Come here to laplataforma.ai. Use the audit tool for APPI for business and throw it in there. Now watch, and then we'll wrap up the class. Boom. So here's my score. And this is real time, y'all. I want you to know this is what I'm using this right now to rebuild and launch my my book. Okay, my book and my book site. I've used all of these tools here that I'm showing you to analyze my site so I can know how to rebuild it better. All right? It's giving you the policy and compliance issues that I have with the site. It's telling you the risks that I'm looking at. It's giving me the SSL activeness or not. Restrictions and flags of industry here, terms and service, tracking attribution. So I need to get my Google set up. I need to get my cookies, consent, and UR and UTM readiness done so that I don't have any compliance issues here. So you'll get the same analysis that you can go through for whatever it is that you want to analyze for your site. Or, Josh, it could be a client. I'm just saying, could be a client. So then you can use that, Josh. You're in the non-for-profit space. Use your AGPI tool. Okay, use the one for the non-for-profits. All right, and let me just double check. Yeah. Okay. Here's the output that has code. Josh, this is code. This is code. This has been coded. Look at it. Look at how beautiful it is. Oh, it's still building, so it's gonna go in and out. But look, this is better, in my opinion, than this. Why? Why is it better? This goes back to what we discussed early, and I'm gonna wrap this up. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. The reason that it is better is because not only is it custom coded, but lovable is no different than saying would. Just say website. So now you've got to take the time to really dig in here and get this website updated because you want it to look not like a cookie cutter. And you also want what? To be able to pass for Google Analytics so you can market your website. So you use that to audit your website. You come here to audit your website, go to laplataforma.ai. You hit APPI tools for profit for-profit businesses, a GPI tool audit for the non-for-profit business, and you will see where your site lands in the audit as it pertains to being ad ready for Google. Remember, ads is like fuel on the fire. You don't have ads, you ain't got no motion. Stay in motion. Lovable, structured website developer uses cookie cutter templates which require you to get down and dirty with the prompts to customize it to make it look different, make it look better for you. Manus AI in tandem with Laura, which is from LaPlataforma.ai, will help you create websites like this. Okay? If you want more information, of course, you have to do what? Go there, first and foremost, register. So come check us out at nvhub.net. Make sure you register because otherwise you don't have access to half of the stuff that I'm showing you. And then half the stuff that I'm showing you ain't free. We just have some partnership deals, some collaborations on the back end to make it easier for our participants. But if you see this site right here, I mean, it's incredible already, right? I mean, it's really smooth. It looks great. Interactiveness is there. It's not so plain. It's not so boring. And I think this is a lot more convertible than our last one. We'll analyze this next week. Thank you for hanging on. Thank you for sticking tight. If you have any questions, well, just wait till next week. I'll be back, I promise. From here, that's all I got, y'all. I'm going to wrap it up because my tech has been tripping today. I'm not going to change screens like I normally do. I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you for following along. Be prepared. We're going to pick up where we left off next week. Yo, thank you too. Have a good day. I appreciate everybody and be safe out there. Have a good night. Rest of your day. Take care.